there's a life I could have known, one beyond my wildest dreams. Maybe that road could have carried me to streets of gold. Things aren't always as they seem. Looking back on all the chances that I missed, some I held, some slipped away. One street over where my memories exist, I wondered what would change, I really couldn't say. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, that would have kept me from the one I had today. Except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, that would have kept me from the one I had today.
Good morning. Laci and I are sitting here talking off mic, and we just need to say good morning, hello. Oh, good morning, Robertson County. We're living right. Did you step outside? It's not 100 degrees anymore. I'm so excited. This is 1100 WSDI. I'm Utah Laverne. Laci Beau's in the house. She's here from Willow Oak to talk about art. But oh my goodness, you're just getting I'm gorgeous. Oh, just love it. Turn that mic light on you there, darling. So, but yeah. Like that's funny. I never heard anybody say that. But yes, I mean, it was so funny. I had Trenton here for talking about the fair. We were layers. It's gonna be cooler. And then the first 2 days it was like so hot, but it was still beautiful. Nice. It cooled down at night. And then now, for the last couple of days of the fair, it's just going to be gorgeous, and everybody can go to the art in the park tomorrow and then head out to the fair. Right? I mean, it's just like going to be all right.
And then there's Rich Station. They have something as well.
What's going on? Oh no, yeah. That's you're talking about up in Adams. No,
other way. I think Rich Station.
Oh really? I mean, this is
right now. I'm really so mad at me because I'm not positive, but I'm gonna look right now.
Well, the thing in Adams is actually Sunday. That is, I don't know, the park somewhere. I think, or maybe Bill may have taken it. Bill Jones mentioned it yesterday. We've got Red River Hills on Sunday. That's what it is. I think that's it. And that's Sunday. But then on Saturday, you've got something. Somebody will rises to the stage. We got that coming up. I got that card. We got so much going on around town. It's going to be fun. Then, let's see, Indiana's going to Adams.
Hey, they have one, I think it's an annual thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Fun. So, anyway, so much going on.
Always.
And I do need to plug that the fair tonight is going to be, my friend Tommy Marsh is playing on the main stage. He's the one who did the Blues Festival. And great guy. He's a California transplant, and he just does awesome. His band's playing tonight in Las Vegas. Oh yeah, you got to. We will love that. But those are fun too. He's good. And then let's mention too, Morgan Mills is going to be on songwriter over by the concession stand at the fairgrounds. So they've got like a little detention or a
That's fun.
So, all right, and then art happening tomorrow morning. Yeah, what are the hours?
It's gonna be fun. We've got 50 art vendors. Well, food and art vendors. But we've got everything. We're pretty excited about it. We've got live music. 107.5 The River is going to be there from 10 to 12.
Who's coming? Do you know?
Woody.
No
Way.
No, I love Woody.
It's gonna be
he's so
fun.
wonderful. He is a great guy. Tell him because I mean we're good friends. Good friends. I haven't seen him. I want him to come and talk to my audio video class.
That would be fun.
Because my kids have no idea of U-turn. They don't have any clue about my radio history. But they do think it's cool that I work at the gym. Yeah, they're like, oh, Junior Wars. Oh yeah. I've been there. So cool. I'm so excited.
There you go.
From the river is gonna be there.
Yeah, they're gonna broadcast. They're going to do contests and giveaways.
Of course.
They'll do music, and then we've got Hot Club Rendezvous that comes up next. I was sold on her when she told me that they were a gypsy jazz band.
Nice.
I'm like, okay, please come.
Jazz.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, that's
It'll be
fine.
so classy.
Thousands
You know, it's gonna set the mood.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So what time
day.
is Gypsy
There are nearly
Jazz
100
coming on?
12
buses
to
running about 80 different
1-ish.
routes,
Okay,
delivering
and
our
so is
kids
Woody
to
gonna
their
be there in the
schools,
morning?
their field
10 a.m. to
trips,
12
and many
p.m.
other school and
And then the
extracurricular
jazz
activities.
starts the
To
afternoon.
fulfill the need of student
and then
transportation,
the Luke Monday
the
band
Robertson County
with,
School System
everybody's
needs
favorite
drivers
country
and
music.
attendants.
He'll
Pay
be there
starts
to
at
rap for the rest
$21
of
an
the
hour
Oh my
for
gosh.
drivers
Oh, so
and
much fun.
$13 an
That
hour
sounds
for
awesome.
attendance.
I'm gonna try.
The
If you don't
schedule is
come
flexible,
Saturday,
with some drivers
we're
working a
gonna-
morning or
I'm not
afternoon
gonna
only
talk to you for 2
schedule,
days.
and everything
2
in
days.
between.
2 days. 2
Many
days.
stay-at-home moms and
I will
teachers
do
have
my
discovered
very
the
best. I
bonus
really
of
wanna
earning
come by
extra
and
and
now
extra
show me what he's
income
gonna
There you
be
go.
by
I'm
working
gonna
a schedule that matches the
Aw.
school year
Now,
schedule.
this is a list
For
of the
them,
vendors we have
it's a
this
perfect
year.
fit.
It's so-
Retirees are earning
my
extra income
stars.
and
I'm
fulfilling
so
desire to
excited.
help
I'm gonna post
mentor
that
our
today. I
next
haven't even
generation.
posted that yet because
Truck drivers that
we've
have
had
grown
vendors
tired of
calling.
working on the road
Shepherd's
and dealing with
Glasshouse,
interstate
stained glass.
traffic
I need to
have
talk
found
to
working
her.
with Robertson County
She's
Schools to be a great
wonderful.
alternative
Oh my
to meet
God.
their
Let me tell you,
employment
okay, so I
needs.
met her.
Basically,
She
driving a
creates
school
the
bus
stained
or
glass.
serving as a
Then
bus
the pieces
attendant
that she
can work
doesn't
for
use,
anyone.
gives to her
If you're
sister-in-law,
looking for
and
the
her
most
sister-in-law
flexible job you'll
creates
ever love,
mosaics.
apply today at
They're both beautiful pieces.
Oh my goodness.
www.rcstn.net.
That's something I really
Or
want
call
to do.
615
Because, you know, I'm doing
384
photography now, and I have a couple
4555.
places in my
That's
barn I would like to do specific stained glass
www.rcstn.net or call
features and have them be part of the backdrop, you know, with the light coming,
This has
just
been a
the,
public
you know,
service
those kinds of
announcement
things.
from
I've
Robertson
got some
County
ideas
Schools.
that I would love to work on, and I would just, oh my goodness.
She taught stained glass like workshop classes at ArtLink in Clarksville. So I'm
When's she gonna do one at Willow?
soon.
Oh, I wanna know about that. That's
Soon.
gonna be fun.
Hopefully next year. You know,
I just love
as
it.
much as I hate to say it, our schedule's so packed we couldn't fit in another class this year.
Isn't that amazing?
That's
Don't
wonderful.
you just love that?
I just have to say it. I had to say it.
Have to
I
love
had
that.
To say it.
Absolutely have to love that. So wood circle F wood turnings.
So that's Francis, he's at all the local events. He is so talented. We had a liability issue. Otherwise, he was going to do demonstration. He was going to, on the tabletop lathe, demonstrate from just a piece of wood. But what he does is it's beautiful.
Absolutely. And lemonade stand. I love that. That's fun. Just so that, you know, just you got artisan soaps on here. You've got all kinds of crafts and art and I mean just and Still Magnolia Sanctuary is going to be there. They're the horse rescue, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah, 'cause
yes.
I've had her on. Just so much beautiful stuff. I just love this.
I'm excited to meet her. I haven't met her yet.
Oh, she's wonderful. She is wonderful, and her place is just, you know, I haven't been personally, but I've seen all the photos and stuff
Yeah.
and the therapy that they do, and it's just wonderful. This is what a list. I mean, we're talking 46 vendors, y'all.
And that's 46 booths. There's shared booths, so there's more than that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's going to be so much fun.
It
Are
is.
you so excited?
I'm so excited.
It's going to be wonderful. Beautiful,
I'm
beautiful
even more
weather.
excited because it's growing. So hopefully next year it can be a 2-day festival. And we just go out.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Go for 2 days. I love
Go for
that.
2 days.
That will be fun. So tell everybody, we've been sitting here talking about, they're like, did y'all say where it is? So tell them exactly where it is.
yeah.
I think we did, but I
I
can't
don't
remember.
think we did.
Yeah.
It's Art in the Park at J. Travis Price Park in Springfield. When you pull in, you'll see it. Parking as
Can't
soon as
miss
you pull
it.
it. You can't miss it.
It's the same place where they do the Christmas stuff.
There's tacos
Yeah.
and hot chicken.
Oh,
Rojo's
nice.
Locos Tacos and DJ and EJ's Hot Chicken.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's going to be good stuff.
And then we've got 300 or 400 free art kits we're giving out. So we got a
Oh, listen.
grant.
So these are free art kits. Cute.
It's a mug rug. So it's a
Okay.
sewing art kit.
Okay.
And it's like life skills.
Oh,
The
okay.
directions are in there, and it makes the cutest little coaster.
Oh, fun.
got
Fun,
buttons
fun.
in there to
You get
decorate it with.
You get the fabric. How fun is that? I mean, that's just so cute. I love it. Because what's one thing I talk to people all the time. If you haven't found your art, keep looking. Keep looking. You're going to find your thing that you love to do that's artistic, and it's just so therapeutic.
This is Tennessee
You know?
Arts Commission, and since
love
COVID, and we did all those art kits,
Yeah.
which was great. That was awesome. I'm so glad we were
Yeah,
able
that
to do
was
that.
cool.
That was amazing. Now I think every chance they get, they're going to find a way to do some kind of free art kit.
I love that.
Every time I turn around, they're like, "Oh, we're going to do another free art kit." I'm like, "Okay, how many are we packing this time?"
That's great. That's
That's
great.
fun.
And tell me how many again you have?
I think 300 to 400.
Nice.
Things are so crazy that I'm not even sure.
So how much does it cost to go to the
It's
art park?
free. It's free. Free.
Free.
And then we've got free face painting.
That's nice.
Free art projects.
Yeah.
Holman and Holman Insurance sponsored some of the free art projects that we
Awesome.
got.
I love it.
Pastels, lots of fall crafts for the kids, face painting.
Fun.
There's still going to be blacksmithing and wood turning.
I was going to ask you about the blacksmithing. So liability's letting you have blacksmith?
So no, but he said he's gonna talk till he's blue in the face.
Okay.
He's still bringing everything. We just can't light a fire.
Okay.
And
Well, that's when you said the turning. I thought, I bet they can't light the fire for the blacksmith either. So,
But not in the class. The class is different.
Okay.
That's taken care of. We learned. We learned
Sure,
something.
sure,
and we
sure,
all
sure.
learned together because, we brought this to the attention and we thought we could just mention names on insurance and it doesn't work like that. A little more important. So,
Yeah.
we'll figure it out.
I've seen him do his blacksmith demonstration without a fire. He's fabulous.
He's
He's just wonderful.
artists, they're so much fun to talk to.
They really
And when
are.
I can't get a hold of an artist, a spouse will call me.
Oh,
A
how
spouse
fun.
will be like, "Hey, I know that you've been reaching out to them and they haven't got back to you. That's my favorite."
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. I love it. It's going to be fun, guys. What a weekend we've got ahead of us. Woody from Woody and Jim and the River's going to be out there Saturday morning. You got to go see
Oh, we've
Woody.
got some
He's such a
published
good guy.
authors too.
Who?
Cynthia Gale, Darcy Flynn, and Jana Hart.
Okay.
They messaged me and said, "Is this art?" I was like, "Girl, we do humanities too. Let's do it all."
Yeah.
How cool is that? How impressive is that?
Absolutely.
To have authors that I just think that that's wonderful.
I think that's great. And I would say that author is there's an artistic part to that. Absolutely.
Writing is definitely creative.
You bet it is.
Yes.
Absolutely. I think that's highly appropriate.
Oh yes, I think
So-
I think it's wonderful. It just kind of seriously, every artist that we have is something that Willow Oak wants to support, promote, offer.
Yeah.
So it's an experience everybody gets.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Maybe next year I'll come out with my book because I've got a book.
Are you
So-
gonna? Is it being published?
Oh, it's already been published.
that's
It's been
right. You
published for
told me
like
that.
10 years. Yeah.
I need a
It's been
copy.
around. I'll get you one. But yeah, maybe next year won't be a brand new teacher, just absolutely
Y'all, she
feeling
keeps
like I'm
she
drinking
keeps
from a fire
promising
hose.
me.
I will bring you one. I've got one of my students is wanting a copy, so I will get
I
you
can't
one.
wait till the time like you come to this event and you're like, "Hey, I'm here." Well, you know what? I'm not even going to say that because you have been.
Yes,
You've
I've been to events.
several of my
I've been to
events.
events. I try so hard.
do.
I hated I couldn't get to the cultural one this past. Oh my gosh, I wanted to be there so bad, but I had 3 things like with family that day.
So I'll just
it was just.
I'll give you I want to rework that entire event anyway. I want to make it a night cultural event.
I think that'd be
Like
awesome.
light up
Oh,
lanterns.
yeah,
That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
yeah. Well, see,
You said I didn't know. Now she does.
now she does. I love it. Well, that's the one thing we get into is for a minute all Nate's going, "I love my beautiful wife. So proud of her." And that's
Oh, my
sweet.
goodness.
Y'all are so sweet and cute.
Oh, my
Y'all are
goodness.
just adorable. But I just love watching y'all. You're so
Love
cute.
you too.
But that's the thing. There's so many great events and things, and finding the right spot for them takes a minute sometimes.
Yes.
But we all have so many things. I had a brief moment before my grandkids were born where I was kind of like, oh, I don't have a lot going on, and then grandkids come in, and now they're playing baseball, and it's
it gets
chasing that. 'Cause
crazy.
we've
I
got a
know.
baseball game tomorrow, but it's not until late in the day. So
I was only picking on you because you pick on yourself more.
I know. Anyway. And allergies. No, I don't have COVID. I've been tested. I just have allergies. But anyway, I've had several people ask me, they're like, you have COVID? I'm like, no, I just am allergic to everything in the fall. Okay, so we're talking to Laci Beau about everything going on with the Art in the Park, which is happening tomorrow at Travis Price Park. Starts at 10 a.m. My friend Woody from 107 is going to be there. I love that. And then it's going to go until 4. They're going to have music and booths, all kinds of fun stuff. You got to get there. But I also want to talk about the fact that Willow Oak is getting ready to get a new building.
What?
Can you talk about that? Can you talk about that?
I can a little bit.
Because because we talked about it. Mayor Vogel talked about it on either Mayor Vogel. No, it was Ryan. Ryan Martin and Mayor Vogel may have both spoken about it, but Ryan, I think maybe we talked about it on Wednesday. City manager.
Yes.
Because they had to do something with one of the buildings and get it ready because Willow Oak's going in it. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, I can. As soon as the rezoning sign went up, I was so excited. I was so excited. So a cool thing that a lot of people don't know is that Musetta actually began Willow Oak in the basement of Central Christian Church.
No, I did not know that.
So that's it's so special. I feel like everything that she's done and how it's just grown, and I mean, it's a blessing. I'm over the moon excited. You know that I am.
Of course.
I'm like, I'm ready to turn it into a mini Frist. But it's a trend right now. Mm-hmm. Churches are being donated for cultural and art centers, and having communities that support that, to me, is amazing.
That is so
all
cool.
the positive feedback that we've gotten. We don't go out and ask, so tell us how much you love Willow Oak. I mean, you can always tell me. I love hearing it, but all of the positives and the impact that we get to hear that we've made, and how excited people are about the growth, makes me I'm happy.
That is so cool.
I'm excited.
I'm very excited for you guys.
Working so hard.
But that's just it. The rezoning was what happened, and that's what Ryan touched on. I was like, well, Laci's going to be here Friday, so we'll ask her about it. I should have prepared you a little bit more.
No, it's okay.
But yeah, it is just.
We hope to make it a huge deal. We want everybody who's never heard of Willow Oak. We want people. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's going to
be space for any art or experience and opportunity that we've ever wanted.
That's very cool. And I did not know that she started in the basement. Mm-hmm. That's just full circle. I just love that.
She was in New York,
so
and
cool.
She had finally had enough in New York. We work well together. I'll say this first. And she gets her little New York. I'm like, listen, New York, you came home, Toto. She said that she wanted to bring some of New York to Robertson County, and that's the whole reason she opened her Arts and Cultural Center.
I love it.
When she was singing opera in New York City.
That's incredible.
She's pretty wonderful.
She's pretty awesome.
Yep.
So how long was she in New York? I knew that she was, but I wasn't sure how long.
So she went to school in New Jersey, and when she left New Jersey, then she went to New York. I'm going to wake her up really early, and she'll come in here, and we'll tell you, because it's really interesting, and her experiences are really...
Yeah.
She's a good storyteller.
Well, as we get ready, what is the timeline on the move and all of that? I mean, how much renovation are you going to have? What's the
So we are going to have a building campaign. Hey, I don't mind promoting that at all. There we go. So that's where it's going to be. So there are renovations now. Cool things are we have opportunities. There's federal grants. There's stuff like that.
Right.
That's hard stuff. That's hard work. So we will have a capital campaign. We have to make sure that we're ADA. We've got to be accessible for everybody.
Yeah.
And two of the largest areas are basements. So we've got whether it's a elevator
or a ramp,
things that go up and down, or a ramp. Something has to happen at first. So. Depending on that's up there. And we've still got a couple more votes, too, I think.
I think that you had first reading.
But that's why I wanted to say, because it's not official yet. Mm-hmm. But because of all the positive that we keep hearing, we're pretty confident that it's going to be
going to happen.
Yeah, that's where I get.
It's like, no. There's no chance this is going to get stopped. I mean, it's going to be fabulous.
I've never had anybody say... this arts and cultural center is on my nerves. I mean,
Yeah, really. It's like, what a blessing. What a blessing to the community. It's going to be fabulous. I was so excited to hear about it when Ryan mentioned it. So, yeah.
That's
But you're
exciting.
right. Yeah, you have to do, and there might be, I don't know. Part of me thinks that there's only one more reading, that they used to have to do 3, and maybe they went from 4 to 3. I know that it's not as many as it once was, because they did reduce it down, but it may still be 3. But maybe it's just one.
We've been through 2.
Oh, you've already been through 2, so well, one more
Well,
then.
2, maybe that counts the church vote as well, because they had to vote to make the donation. What an incredible gift!
Oh yeah, incredible.
And Nate and I got married in that church, so I get to.
No.
I know, I had to say it.
Oh my word! How fun!
Funny story. We used glittered tulle when we got married for decorations.
Uh-huh.
Musetta said, Laci, when these people left, they were covered in glitter. I lifted up one of the cushions on a pew, and glitter's still there.
You're kidding me. That's great. From you.
I'm not allowed to have glitter
Ever.
at the art center ever.
I love it. I love it. Oh, it's so much fun. It's going to be awesome. There's just so many wonderful things happening
This
with
is
Willow
for
Oak.
you.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
And if you want more for the grandbabies, I'm happy to give you some.
Thank you so
Y'all
much.
can sew together.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Thank you very, very much. And I love the fabric.
Kids
It's
love
really
to
pretty.
sew. You know,
They do.
We have free art classes going on. Life skills classes. All fiber arts classes are free right now. I think we have a few more coming up.
Okay.
Just throwing it out there.
Okay, absolutely. Laci Beau is here. She is with Willow Oak. They have the Art in the Park happening tomorrow. Yes, I know everybody's like, well, I thought you always did Faith Friday. I just ran out of days this week, and we had to promote this, and Gwen will be coming in here at 7:30, and we'll hit our Faith Friday segment, but just had to make room for Miss Laci. I could have put you in here yesterday, and I didn't realize it, but we had I had originally scheduled somebody with suicide prevention, because September Suicide Prevention Month, and there was some kind of a misunderstanding, miscommunications, and they didn't come in. Well, Bill Jones came in and filled the slot. He's always wonderful. So we did actually have an opening yesterday, but it just, I think all this teaching stuff, I just can't keep anything straight right now. It's like all spinning in my head.
That's how I feel with kids.
It is busy. It is busy. I'm talking with Laci Beau, and she is with Willow Oak, and we're talking about all things Art in the Park happening tomorrow.
Which would not happen if it were not for South Central Growers. They're amazing. Renee Harrington is amazing. Experience Robertson County, the Economic Development Board. They're amazing. Holman and Holman, Tennessee Arts Commission, and Springfield Parks and Rec.
South Central Growers, too. They are such an amazing partner for the community. And what they did last year with their fundraiser, my voice is going again. Anyway, I've had laryngitis issues for like 3 weeks.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'm just
Maddie does
trying to
too.
talk. Huh?
Maddie does too.
Just trying to talk so much, I think, with teaching. I've talked for a living my entire career, but teaching, you talk all day, and it's just a trip, and you have to get up loud, and it's hard on the vocal cords, but we'll get through it. So pardon me, but
I'm gonna tell you another thing we're
South Central
doing is
Growers,
that-
fabulous.
Wonderful people. I met him, Alex. We got to sit down and meet with him, and he's just the nicest guy.
Right.
And then he told us that his wife had came to First Friday Night Market when we were painting tiles for the chamber project that they're
Right.
having that installed. She just went back and told him everything, didn't even say anything. I said it was kind of like undercover boss. He came in, he said, I heard things were great. She got to experience it. So excited, so happy. Those are the things that are super special to us. When
Isn't that
those
cool?
things happen, that's special.
I
I'll tell
love
you,
it.
a community art weaving, we're doing a community art weaving. 3 foot by 25 foot, hopefully, when it's completed. And to have it installed somewhere in the community, bright, colorful, backdrop for pictures.
What's so cool is it's weaving.
Weaving.
Yeah, I mean, that's so neat, and I just love that.
And
When I
it's
see people that do that, it just blows my mind.
Well, while you participate in the weaving, Denise will be demonstrating spinning. She got a new spinning wheel, so she'll be spinning.
So So is what she's spinning going into the weaving, or have you got some? Are you buying
We
fabrics?
should definitely do that. But yeah, we've got strips of fabric, ribbons, all that ready.
I just
go.
love all that. I've
Yeah.
got to come see that. I've got to come see
Yeah.
that. And we can all be a part of that. We can weave into it.
Everybody can weave into it. It's a
Oh,
community
I love
project, community collaboration, and I hope to be able to put it somewhere where everybody can enjoy it.
Okay, very
Yes.
cool, and I like the idea of that being a nice backdrop for pics.
Me
and all
too.
That. That'll be fun.
I thought you'd like that.
I love it. So many fun ideas from Willow Oak, Laci Beau, one of my favorite folks to have in because you just bring so much light in with
Aw,
you.
thanks.
You really do. You just got it just in your eyes and your smile, everything. So there you go, Nate. I'm bragging on your bride, so that make him happy. So anyway. Let's pause for a minute. Let me go ahead and do a break while I have my voice. And let's talk about Corbin Creek Greenhouse Gifts and Gardening Center, another group that just loves the arts. They are all supportive of the arts as well. And right now is a great time. You know, my friend went out there, Mary Rainey, her husband, Paul, I say, is my biggest fan because he's on here usually going, Laverne, where are you? It's time to start. But they are just dear friends of mine. And she was talking about this busy day she had. And she mentioned just kind of in passing, and I didn't get to ask her exactly what she was doing. But she came up here to Corbin. And I thought, well, she probably bought some CBD. And I thought, no. I'll bet you she heard that their perennials are half price. And she knows that perennials, even though they might be looking a little wilted because if they're into the growing season, are beautiful next year. And so if you can get a good deal on some perennials, I'm telling you.
Now?
Huh?
Is this happening now? I don't need more flowers.
Yeah.
They also have mully grass.
That's the pink stuff.
That's pink cotton candy grass.
That's so cool.
And it's the most pretty bushes ever.
When does yours turn pink?
So mine have already bloomed. The ones
So-
I got in spring from Corbin Creek.
Okay, they've already bloomed. How long? Because mine, I don't think I watered mine enough. They're still alive, but they didn't bloom.
I
much.
watered them like probably more than my toddler. They're so pretty
How
when they
funny.
grow up.
Okay.
So
How long do they bloom?
So all fall, even into the winter, and one warm day in the winter they'll bloom again. They get so big that I always planted them in the wrong place. This time I didn't.
Okay.
So I've got 4, and I want 4 more next year. I want my whole yard to look like cotton candy, I think.
They're just, I've seen
beautiful.
pictures. They're absolutely gorgeous, but I didn't do a very good job with mine. I'm not good with flowers at all. And it's so funny. My friend Rachel Culver, and I've seen this on several little memes going out. It's a woman, she's holding this mum, and it's beautiful. And it's like the housewife goes and picks a mum to kill. You know, that's me. You know, doesn't take very good care of it because Rachel and I both are notorious for putting mums on our porch, and they're like, oh, that's so pretty. And then we don't water them. And then they're dead. You know, I mean, we're just terrible. But anyway, so that's the thing. So they're still alive. So they'll do great next year. But they didn't do great this year because I just didn't water them enough.
I don't think anything did great this year, though.
Yeah,
it
that's
was
true.
really hard to keep stuff alive. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, okay, well, I've not given up on, and you call it mully grass?
I do. If I'm saying it wrong, I'm sorry.
Well-
it's MUHLY. So
Well, you might want to ask her if she's got some because she may have some, and that'd be cheaper right now.
Yeah.
She might have some left because when I bought mine, there were still a few in and I just don't know if she completely sold out of them or not. But okay, we're talking about Corbin Creek. This is their commercial, and we're just chasing little rabbits all over the place. But there's so much meat on them, you can't help. But
and it's so beautiful out there too.
it's so gorgeous. I just love it. Go and see Corbin Creek and check out the half price perennials. Go and talk to them about what they have for fall color, which is petunias. They did not get the mums going this year because Miss Jane was sick during mum season. And so they just don't have a mum crop this year because Miss Jane comes first. Her mama comes first,
Yeah.
And so, but they do have petunias, and they've got the half price perennials, and of course, Robertson County CBD. I rely on it completely. It is something that has been a big help, a huge game changer for me with my arthritis. It may be for you as well. So go and check it out. Talk to them today. You can go and see them at 4920 Highway 161, 4920 Highway 161. They're still open 7 days a week. They'll taper their hours back once they get on into the fall and the winter. But right now, they're out there every day. Go and see them. Call them at 615-384-3185, 615-384-3185. Tell them you turned and Laci sent you. And, they're going to be really, Amy is already on my calendar to come in and promote the sampler, the Christmas sampler. She's heavily involved with that. Will Willow Oak do anything with the sampler, you think?
No. No.
I could see y'all having a booth, but no.
No. We really try to be careful. So we would do like an art project or something for the kids, that kind
Gotcha.
of thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
usually how we like to do events.
Okay.
We can't
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But
I
we're
think they're pretty packed. It's a
you-
mama time.
honestly and truthfully, trying to get a booth at the Christmas sampler is just about impossible.
That's what
'cause
we
it
should
stays
have
booked
done. We
out.
should have had art projects all day at Willow Oak so the mamas could drop the babies off there to do art and then go shop.
Oh, that's an idea. That's an idea.
If somebody calls us and says, "Hey, you said this on the radio, we want you to do it," then we'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Then we'll do it.
Uzetta's going, Laci. But
I know. I tell everybody. She'll come to me. She'll like, "Tell me what's on your mind." Every couple of weeks, because she knows sometimes I'll be floating away, and she's got to like pull me down with all the
that's hysterical.
details.
I love it. I love it. Well, we're having fun talking about art in the park. So let's recap it one more time before we run out of time.
Okay, so Art in the Park at J. Travis Price Springfield. As soon as you pull into the entrance, you can't miss it. Parking will be right there, so parking is not going to be an issue at all. We're going to
It'll
park
be
right there in
obvious.
that grass.
Yeah.
There's 50 art booths, food trucks, vendors, tacos, hot chicken, face painting, collaboration weaving, demonstrations, music all day. 107.5 The River will be there from 10 to 12. Gypsy Jazz with Hot Club Rendezvous at 12 o'clock, and then 2 o'clock. The Luke Monday Band finished off with Country Strong. Sound by the Tennessee Sound Guys. They're awesome. They're awesome. And the blacksmithers and the wood turners and the fiber spinners. And you know what? It's really all the artists too. We usually have painters that are painting. She'll probably be doing stained glass work. She said that's a possibility. So just talking to them and you get to meet them. It's just a wonderful experience.
It's going to be a good time. You don't want to miss it. And it's not very expensive at all. It's not going to cost you much because it's free.
To get in.
Free.
It's free.
It's free. It's
and
free.
free face painting and free art projects. And just listen to the music. I got ribbon dancers the other day because I was thinking, when's the last time I saw a group of kids with ribbon dancing?
Oh, that'll be fun.
I did. What a cool picture, too.
Yes.
That would be fun.
That would be a great photograph.
Yes.
And again, if you have any interest in anything going on with Willow Oak, they really invite you to come out and check it out. This new building project, you're gonna be hearing more about that. We'll be sure to talk to Musette and tell her we got to get her in here and let's sit down and just have
She'll be excited, too.
yeah, have just a real good time talking about the things you're going to do to get the building ready and the timelines and all of
How
that.
cool. A little mini Frist right here in Springfield.
When you said that, I was like, oh, that's so
I
cool.
mean it, too. I mean it.
I love it. It's going to be fun. And, well, we can keep talking until Miss Gwen Harder gets here. Gwen has not popped in just yet. We're expecting her to come on in. This is 1100 WSG. I'm Utah Laverne. This is Laci Beau. And she is everything at Willow Oak. She has, what is your title there, actually?
So we want to shorten it, but we don't know how. So I do the marketing, the communications, and the event stuff.
Okay, marketing,
Yeah.
communications, and events.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to come up, kind of condense that down. But
I know. She asked me one time if I was ever interested in running Willow Oak. I was like, no, that doesn't sound like very much fun.
And
to me.
doing what?
And doing all the other stuff too. I was like, I just want to do the fun stuff.
There you go.
I'm
I
really
love
good
it.
at this part.
That's just it. You are very good at it. Did you get to design your banner?
You know it.
Yeah, it's very lovely. I love it. I have my little card that I've been packing around to make sure I didn't forget about it. Oh, and you know why? I grabbed that at the gallery. I was getting my hair done. You can
That's
thank
awesome.
Miss Penny.
Penny Callis.
Yeah, you can thank Miss Penny because she has those sitting on the counter.
Thank
and I
you,
was in there
Penny.
getting my hair done on Monday because it had slipped my mind because
Yeah.
I've been so busy with school. And I'm like, I got to call Laci right now.
Well,
and so I grabbed that. So thank you, Penny.
I'm not sure like the etiquette of this, but she's already donated to the building fund too. She was one of the first people. Was never even asked. She just did it. So we thank
Love
you
her.
for that. It's. I love hearing that, and I would love to thank all the businesses that do that because just having the schedules and the rack cards and our stuff in their waiting rooms, that helps so much. That helps spread the word.
Well, she's the reason why I remember to call you. And I'll tell you, she is the one who introduced me to Willow Oak because I'm thinking it was at one of her Martha Song events where you guys had a booth, but many years ago. And I was hosting and I was like, oh, what's this? And I met Musetta there for the first time. Is my recollection of it. So it was Penny that actually made that introduction
That's
for me.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. I got introduced to Willow Oak from Wanda Schote.
Okay.
Do you know her? So she's a fine
Probably.
oil painter. She's a fine oil painter. She lives on Garner Street. She's such an interesting woman. You guys should definitely meet.
I may have met her. It's so funny because there's so many people around town that I've met and I've known, and then you catch them out at Kroger and you're like, oh, how do I know you? You recognize them, but they're not in the place you normally see them.
Yeah.
And you're
You
like,
and Wanda remind me of alike of each other. It's funny.
Okay.
I've said that before. But
well, we've got to get her in here for sure. So, but come out tomorrow, and I mentioned a couple of times that if you get a chance, and Woody Woody and Jim are just awesome guys, dear friends, and Woody is an awful lot of fun when he comes out on a remote.
I'm
So I'll
excited.
just say
I'm
that.
excited.
He's silly. He's fun. He acts like a 14-year-old boy most of the time. But that's back when I did radio with him. That's been a few years. I haven't done radio
You're
since
hosting Art in the
2012.
Park next year, right?
Sure.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. Put it on the
I've
calendar.
been wanting to ask you anyway. So now that you open that door.
We'll just have to put it on the calendar.
Right now, October 7th probably of next year.
I will put it on my
There we
calendar.
go.
I've gotten hit up by Tommy Marsh, too, about the Blues Festival. He's like, you need to host that next year. I'm like, give me the date.
Tell me
I'll
where
put
the
it on
Blues Festival is.
The Blues Festival was about a month ago at the fairgrounds. So that's the thing. A lot of people didn't know about it because it's Tommy's thing. Tommy moved here from California a couple of years ago, and he has a real job. He has a day job. He's like a technician doing something. I mean, so he does music because that's his love. But he makes a living. And so, and it's hard for a lot of musicians, but he has a really good balance of it because he does all of his music a lot of times on the weekends or in evenings. And he comes in from California, and he's a blues player, and he just starts making connections with all the people who play the blues here in town and different things. And there's another guy, the guy Jim, that played on Tuesday night. Jim, what's Jim's last name? I just met him, but Jim Gustin and Truth Jones, they played Tuesday night at the fairgrounds, and I met him the other night. He's also a California transplant, and they're just fabulous musicians. And Tommy said, we need to do a blues festival. So he got the fairgrounds and did a blues festival out there. And it's been about a month to 6 weeks ago on Saturday, all day, had great acts. We've got this young kid out in Gallatin, or in Hendersonville, I think he's from. It's like 13, 14 years old. It's just a guitar prodigy. And
I'm so sad we missed this.
Yeah, next year I'm really hoping that he will let me host it because I'm planning on being
and
there.
I'll help.
Oh, absolutely. We'll get you connected. He's going to be Tommy's playing at the fairgrounds tonight. His band.
Okay.
Tommy will be on the Century stage tonight. His band is playing. So I'm definitely going to be there. I want to hear them because they're just fun. And he actually has a song. Last time he was in, he played a song on radio for us that I really, really, really want my students to do a video for.
Oh,
And
that would be fun.
We're just not equipped yet to do it because we're building the program. We don't have the equipment we need. I don't see us having it in place really until next year. Next semester we will have audio video too, and that'll be a little more suited to a smaller, more advanced class. Trying to get all the kids that are just going, what's audio video, and understanding. What you have, they're so media driven because that's just society now.
Right.
But do they really understand what it means and how to produce it?
How it
and
works.
and the implications of throwing yourself out there all the time.
No,
without
I
any
have this
kind of,
conversation all the time with my children.
you got to be careful.
Yes.
You got to be careful. But as we're continuing on, let me go ahead and pause and take a break. Gwen Harder was due in here just at any time, but I don't know where she is. So if she doesn't show up, you want to just hang out with me and
Oh,
talk?
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
And we may talk a little bit about some of the things. You're a churchgoer, so
I should be better about it. I should be.
but
No, my faith is there, and I do love God, so
Yes.
it's there.
Well, see, that's just it. So I know you're a
Yes.
spiritual person,
Yes.
and so we typically try to get some Jesus on you on Friday because this is a Christian-based radio station, and so on Friday that's usually our very much intentional time to say this is Faith Friday. We want to set you up in the weekend, encourage you to go and find a faith community to be a part of, and let me get more into that. But we're going to kind of reset and go
Yeah.
that direction, and then we'll come back around and hit Art in the Park again. If Gwen comes in, she can join us. I'm talking with Laci Beau. She is here from Willow Oak and my friend, and I just love watching her, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. But let's pause and talk about Barry and Rebecca Richards with the Exit Realty Garden Gate team. My friends from just a long time ago, met them talking about festivals, met them at the Kilgore Station Bluegrass Festivals, how I got to know them. And this just been my pleasure to just be in their circle of friends for all these years. And they are just so great when it comes to helping you out in the real estate community. And it does not matter if you're buying or selling, whatever you want to do, or maybe you want to be a realtor. We've been talking a lot about this. At the first of the year, they really put a big push in and said, hey, you want to get into real estate? Rebecca's background is in radiology. She had somebody say to her, you'd be great selling real estate. And I mean, she's huge now. She does a fabulous job. And she did the same thing to her husband. She said, you'd be really good at this, because he was a marketer and he was a vice president of a marketing company up in Nashville. And so he always helped her with her projects and properties that she was selling. But she finally said, you really need to come over and be a realtor with me full time. He made that switch a few years back, and now they're just a great team. He's, as the marketer, he is a Zillow certified photographer, licensed and insured drone pilot, does the 360-degree virtual reality home tours. We'll get you up on realtor.com so people can go and walk through your home without having to walk through your home. And we were talking about the importance of those pictures and the photographs when you go and you put your stuff out there from a realty perspective. And we were talking about that app called Tinder, I think, where you're like swiping through and looking at people. People do that to properties too, and you may only get one shot at somebody going, oh, I like that house. So you got to make sure that you put out the proper first impression. He can help you do that. Get in contact with him at 615-504-7425, 615-504-7425, or connect with him at sellwithbecky.com, sellwithbecky.com, or buy.robertsoncounty.com. Don't let that fool you, though. They specialize in Robertson County, but they buy and sell in the surrounding counties across the state line of Kentucky as well. My friends, Rebecca and Barry Richards, Exit Realty Garden Gate team, telling you Ascension. Miss Laci Beau is in the house, and this is our Faith Friday segment, and she's kind of sitting in for Miss Gwen.
I can stay for 2 more minutes. I have to go get Maddie and take her to school.
Kids. Well, I tell you what, since you do have to part ways, let's just say, let's go ahead and finish up with your Art in the Park stuff, and then I'll get off on my little, I'll get some, we'll
get some Jesus in here.
Get some Jesus in here. Well, he's here all the time.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, because
I think that it's a God thing that we got that building. I tell it just, the way that it works out, how special it is, that we might get that building.
Well, and some people will say, but that's a church. That's not a church anymore. But what's the things that are happening within the spiritual community is more of the churches are joining and becoming community churches. And the reason why is because they're looking back at what the early church was, and maybe I'll talk a little bit more about that after we finish up with Laci. But they're looking more at what the early church was, and they're like, how did we get so off the
because people forgot how important inclusivity is.
Right.
Respect, love, appreciate, and learn, and study and grow from each other all the time.
Absolutely. People forget that there's somebody that I study. Well, I talk about a lot of the different people who I follow, the preachers, and I call them all my professors. There is one literal professor who I study all the time, and her name's Christy McClellan. She's the author of Jesus and Women. She teaches at Williamson College in Franklin, and I audit her classes. She has this thing called Newlands Biblical Studies, and I get on there and go through those classes and just listen to them again and again and again and again. And she said something the other day in one of her classes, and she said, I think we might, if Jesus were to come right now, we might not get to see him because we wouldn't be with the places he would go.
Right?
I think about that. Think about that. Because you think about the places that Jesus went, and just the moment with him and the woman at the well. He was talking to a woman that most Jewish people, number one, they wouldn't have gone into Samaria because they're going to walk around it because of those people, But no, he's not only in Samaria, he's at the well with a woman, and I mean, you talk to those people and a woman, no doubt. I mean, he was just breathtaking the way he completely went to places that none of them would go that were so holy. And I mean, that's something I think we forget. But I love how Christy put that. Would we miss Jesus nowadays because we won't go where he is? And she told a story. I'll tell you this. When she was telling a story, she was talking about how faith is a verb. we talk about faith. I have faith. Well, faith is a verb. It talks about through faith, Noah built an ark. He did this, and it's like if you go through the things, the heroes of faith, when you read it in scriptures, and you see they talk about their faith, it's always a verb that describes their faith. And she says, I think we forget that, and we think, their faith, I go to church, I do this. And she had this couple that went with her takes trips to Israel all the time, and she took this older. There's 3 or 4 women that they are just older and they hang out together, and they went with her to Israel, and she says they were just an absolute hysterical bunch to have with them because they've been studying together for years and years and years. And so many years ago, they were sitting and having these Bible studies every Friday night, and they're like, we get together and have all these Bible studies, but aren't we supposed to be out there being the hands and feet of Jesus? And so they just, on a whim, decided that every other Friday, instead of just sitting and studying the Bible, they were going to go to the strip clubs in Nashville, and they were going to just minister to the girls there and just love on them.
That's pretty special.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
And she said that they did that long enough that they got to know a couple of the girls who left the business and came to Christ, and then they started wanting to have a better life, and they're like, man, we'd really like to go to college. Those women paid for those 2 girls to go to college.
That's so wonderful.
That's faith being a verb,
yes,
right there. So, nonetheless, I think what got us on this is we were talking about this church going and becoming a art center instead of what it was, and a lot of churches are coming together because they're seen as a community. They can do so much more. And I know my Church of Christ folks and Baptist friends are all going, but just it's just something. It's the reason why you're seeing this.
Exactly.
It's the reason why you're seeing this is because I think young people, especially, they're looking back at the early church and going, what did they do? What did they do? And then they're kind of looking into that example. So,
yeah.
But anyway, talking with Laci Beau, let's reset. You've got to go get your baby girl.
That kid.
You got your kid. So let's go over real quick, and I'm going to let you go through the Art in the Park stuff one more time. Then I'm going to do an ad, and then I'll come back and I'll finish up.
Okay.
So go for it, my friend.
Art in the Park at J. Travis Price Park, Springfield, Tennessee. September 24th, Tennessee, really? Are we sure? September 24th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Free admission. It's free. You get free face painting, free art projects, free live music, shop some art. It's beautiful pieces of art. And when you buy a piece of art, you get something one of a kind. It's so special. It's a conversation piece, and these artists are kind and fun. You may find something that you want to try. Woody and Jim will be there from 10.
Woody will be there. You said just Woody?
Yep, just Woody. Yeah. From 10 to 12. And then we've got gypsy jazz and country and tacos and lemonade stands and all kinds of fun stuff.
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be
great.
fun.
I'm going to do my very, very
the
best.
weather's going to be beautiful.
I know. I'm going to do my very, very best to be out there.
Photo
in the morning.
backdrops too, so you can bring the family and have some pictures taken.
Fun.
Flower 615, she's doing a whole backdrop. That way everybody's got a little selfie spot.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
So she's doing, what do you mean the backdrop?
So at Flower 615, she's got altars where like you can rent when you get married or if you have a party. So she's setting one up for Art in the Park so people will have that opportunity.
So it's not like a backdrop like my flag. It's actually a set.
Yeah, she's creating a set.
Oh.
She wanted some ideas. I said just not carnival, but bright and colorful. So I'm excited to see what she does.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very cool. Laci Beau, thank you for joining us. And I'm going to do my best to be there in the morning.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, because our ball game's not until tomorrow afternoon, so I think I can make it.
Awesome. Well, it'll be fun.
You tell Woody I'll see him.
All
I don't know that I'll be there at 10. Since I'm not being paid to do it, I was like, he can get there at 10. That's my day to sleep in.
Next year?
Yes, I'll put it on my calendar.
I'll put you.
I need a nap right now, though, really bad. But so anyway, I love you, sister. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow. And we're going to go to the Art in the Park tomorrow, so be a part of it. It's at Travis Price Park. It'll be so much fun. Just a beautiful, the weather's going to be fabulous this weekend. If you're not going to be outside, you're just not living right. God is kissing us this weekend, and we are going to have just an absolute fabulous weekend. It's going to start with our fair later tonight. It's going on. The fair, of course, is going on throughout the day, but so much fun stuff happening tonight. If you don't have a fair book, I know they have them at Ace Hardware. They have them all over the place, but I've seen them at Ace Hardware. But tonight, Tommy is going to be playing. The Crooked-Eyed Tommy Band is playing on the Century stage. You got Morgan Mills playing over the Songwriter stage. And then tomorrow night on the Songwriter stage, you got Aaron Pax Taylor. And then in the book, you're going to see they've got Roadhouse Roosters on at the Century stage tomorrow night. Well, no. The young man, if you made it to the Blues Festival, the young man that I talk about is the Prodigy. That's just a phenomenal guitar player. I haven't got to hear him yet, but he's just wonderful. He is playing tomorrow night, and I know Tommy will be sitting in with him, and then they've got some special guests going to be joining him as well. So it is going to be a good time, but I'm going to see Crooked-Eyed Tommy tonight. I hope you will be there as well. It is going to be a good time. And the Monster Truck is happening at the fairgrounds tonight. So Friday night, you got the Sheep Show happening at 6 p.m. Monster Trucks at 7. You got, again, Crooked-Eyed Tommy, 6 to 9. Morgan Mills will be on the Songwriter stage, 5 to 7:30. There's just stuff going all over. You've got the Midway, you've got the rides, all kinds of fun stuff. And have you been outside? The weather is absolutely fabulous today and tomorrow for us to have our last couple of days of the fair. Tomorrow for the fair, you've got the pet show happening at 10 a.m. One of my students is wanting to know about that. We've also got, I think the mullet contest is happening at 6 p.m. I've got a couple of students that are contenders for that. It's so funny to watch that coming back around. And then the demolition derby is at 7 p.m. It's going to be so much fun. They've got a goat show, 3 p.m. tomorrow, 5 o'clock. Oh, I forgot the talent show. Tomorrow, the 5 o'clock is the talent show, the 4-H talent show. I got to go to that last year. So much fun. The pedal races are happening at 10 a.m. So basically tomorrow, let me go through Saturday's schedule again real quick. Okay, so you got 10 a.m., you got the pet show happening. And then right after the pet show, you've got the pedal races, and they'll have the pedal trucks there, or the pedal tractors, the little, tractors. I have John Deere's, but I'm sure they'll have the other ones in representation as well. But then, so that's at 10. The pet show, and then the pedal race. And then at 3, you've got the goat show. At 5 p.m., you've got the talent show on the Century stage, 4-H talent show. The mullet contest at 6 to 9 p.m., you've got music again on the Century stage. I was telling you about the young man that they're just calling a guitar prodigy, and he'll have Tommy and different ones with him as well. 5 to 7:30, you've got Aaron Pax Taylor on the singer-songwriter stage, and then 7 p.m. Demolition Derby. Oh my goodness, it's going to be a good time. Tonight's going to be great. It's going to be fun. Go and hear Tommy and Crooked-Eyed Tommy's band tonight. It's going to be a good time. And everything happening at the fairgrounds. Do not miss it. Be a part of it. Oh, and one more thing that you can do this weekend is going to be head over to Highland Rim, or what we used to call Highland Rim. It is Veterans Motorplex. You know about Veterans Motorplex. It is a great time. It is a fun place to go and spend a Saturday afternoon. Their season will run through November, so we want to make sure you know that you can come out and enjoy great racing through November. We'll get Jerry in here to give us a little more of an update on it to let you know exactly what's happening. But the big thing that you need to know is that they get underway. Gates open at 4 o'clock, and racing starts at 6, and it goes until about 9 o'clock. It is always a good time, and they got great concession stands. They have events for the kiddos. They're right there in Greenbrier. It's a good place to come out and just enjoy the camaraderie of the local racers. Some of my kids at school, they have their favorites that they come out and they support, and that they cheer on. Got one of the, we were talking to Caleb Stratton the other day, and he has a friend, I'm wanting to say a cousin or something, that's out there racing. So a lot of times he's down in the pit working with that. But they are a great source of family entertainment, and so affordable. $40 will get you a 8-pack of tickets for the entire family, and that includes 6 minor kids, 2 adults, and you can go to the races at Veterans Motorplex. This is the old Highland Rim. They're in Greenbrier, and I cannot say enough about getting out and joining them. And when you do, be sure and talk to Jerry, and always tell him that U-Turn sent you. And again, you'll see me out there very, very soon. It's a good time, and we do appreciate all that you do for us here at One Street Over, being a part of all the things that we have going on. I do want to tease the fact that we have entered into an agreement with Kerry Roberts' scheduler. His secretary, his assistant, has actually said, yes, we can get him there on the 4th Monday of every month. So he is going to be a reoccurring guest. We've, for a while now, been able to visit with John Rose, our Congressman John Rose. He'll be no longer our congressman at the end of the year, and we will be switching over into Mark Green's district. They've moved us around a bit, so we'll have to see if we can't get that same agreement with Congressman Green's office. But there on the second Monday is when we meet with the congressional representation federally. But then locally, we meet with our Senator Kerry Roberts, now on the fourth Monday. So he will be here. And then, my friend, the next Monday, Amy Lawrence is going to be here from NAMI, the National Association of Mental Illness. And it's last night I was honored by giving, they gave me a media award, and I was so honored to be mentioned in that, just to be mentioned in that absolute room full of heroes was just such a blessing for me. But I want to remind you, as we're kind of heading out here, we've talked about all kinds of things, but I want to remind you that this is a special focus this month. September is Suicide Prevention Month, and we had intended to spend a little more time on that yesterday, but again, scheduling just didn't work out. But something that was mentioned several times last night at the dinner is the new 988 hotline. The new 988 hotline, and what that is there's always been suicide prevention hotlines and things like that, but everybody's like, well, it's 1-8 something, and trying to remember it. And so they said, why can't we come out with something that's a little bit easier to remember, and something that will just be just right on the tip of your tongue when you go to help somebody. And just like you call 911, you call 211 if you want to find out about services in the area from United Way. 911, of course, is your emergency number. So 988 is the suicide prevention hotline. 988. We've been working actually on a piece in my classroom with my students, and just about to finish it up. So maybe I'll have something that I can put up on social media this weekend for 988. I know we're coming right here on the end of September, but it was so many of those things that you don't realize what's going on until you're about a week or so into it, and that's kind of where we were with the Suicide Prevention Month. But here's the thing, it's like any good thing. We have these months and we have these time periods where we focus on it, and then we kind of set it aside. I really contend that we need to have 988 billboards and posters and anything we can get out there, because the suicide rates have just been breathtaking. I was having a conversation with my students the other day, and one of the projects that I'm having them do, one of the video projects, is, and this is something I'm letting them do to themselves. It's something that they do not have to share with anybody. I've got it set up so they can go in and record themselves. Nobody will see the video. It's got to be very personable. And some of this stuff I'm getting from Christy McClellan, because it's stuff that she asked her students down at Williamson College, at least part of this. But she said that what perked this in me, she said that she has a lot of students come up to them and go, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with my life. I don't know what my life means, and all these kinds of things, right? And you get that question a lot because we have stripped God out of so many things. A lot of people are having a hard time finding meaning in their life. And so she will ask the students, she says, what makes you angry? What makes you angry? What makes you cry? Because a lot of the times you find your purpose in life with the things that make you angry enough to bring tears to your eyes. Maybe that is something that you need to be pouring yourself into that will give your life true meaning. So, she will ask her students, what makes you cry? And then so I added to that, what makes you laugh? And so I posed to my students the other day, if you want to find true meaning in your life, why don't you answer the question, what makes you laugh and what makes you cry? And I'm encouraging them to be serious about it. They don't have to be. Again, this is for them. This is something within themselves for them to do. And I told them, I said, now I would be thrilled if some of you guys share these with me and say, yes, you may share that with the general public. And maybe we will have those, because I think we're going to have some real meaningful things come out of this little process. But I think it's something that we need to constantly be working on to make sure that we understand that all of our lives have meaning. But I say all that to say this, the reason why we need 988 right now is because so many have lost that sense of purpose, sense of meaning. You remember a little book called Purpose Driven Life, and how hot it was and how big it was and how it just exploded and went everywhere? It's because he hit at a time when he put that book out, accord with people. They were trying to find meaning in their life. I think we're there again. So does it need to be republished? Does it need to be, sent out again? Or do we just need to be really asking ourselves, what gives my life meaning? And maybe we can find that answer when we ask within ourselves, what makes me angry? What makes me cry? What stirs me to the point of action? That will help you find meaning in your life. So I guess that's a good way to end Faith Friday, as we've been just talking about a little bit of everything. But I do encourage you, if you're struggling to find meaning in your life, there was something that they shared last night. They spelled out hope. They said, hold on because pain ends. HOPE, hold on because pain ends. 988 is a number that you can call that will help you. And if you're really trying to find meaning in your life, ask yourself, what makes you angry? What brings you to tears? And then find a way to do something about that. And that in and of itself will give your life meaning. If you are not affiliated with a Christian family, if you don't have a place where you go and share a time of worship, just to kind of spend some time just reflecting on the week and what God's done in your life. And if you do not have a Christian family, a church family to lean on whenever life does get tough, I really encourage you to seek that out on Sunday. We have a thing called Celebrate Recovery that I'm involved in and that I love a lot. My friends over at Epiphany Baptist Church, I know they're here local and they'd love to see you come in and join them. Bethlehem Baptist, there's several churches of Christ here in the area that I know people. I know some people in all these churches and they're all wonderful. I know David Evans over at Springfield Baptist. The Culvers, I'm so in love with Rachel and Josh Culver over at Bethlehem Baptist too. And I invite you to come down Madison Church of Christ. That's a little bit more of a drive, but there's so many, so many different places that would love to bring you in and make you part of their, I'm losing my voice, God's saying, shut up, Laverne, and go on. Find a place to find your forever family, as we say in CR, this weekend, and get out and enjoy this weather because God has kissed us this weekend. It is going to be an absolutely gorgeous weekend. I will see you at the fair tonight. God bless. This is 1100 WSGI. Have a great weekend.